In this video, we are going to discuss a fourth example in state transition matrix. If you are new to this YouTube channel, I would appreciate if you subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. You can tell me the content on which you would like me to upload in YouTube or the institution in which you study. Now let us quickly go through our fourth example in state transition matrix. So we are told here that a linear time invariant system is characterized by the vector matrix differential equation, derivative of x with respect to t is equal to ax, where A is a 2 by 2 matrix at x. Note this x is a vector, is a system state vector. X of t is a system state vector. We are told to determine the state transition matrix phi of t of the system, and also we show that phi of 0 is equal to identity matrix. So we said previously that the state transition matrix phi of t is equal to inverse Laplace transform of the inverse matrix Si minus A. This is an inverse matrix. So let us get the matrix Si minus A. Is Si minus A is equal to, we take variable S, this identity matrix. It is required because you can only subtract a matrix from a matrix. So you have 1, 0, 0, 1 minus a matrix A is 0, 1, negative 5, negative 5, negative 2. We can open the bracket here, which is S 0, 0s minus 0, 1, negative 5, negative 2, which will now become, it is S, so Si minus A is, S minus 0 is S, 0 minus 1 is negative 1, 0 minus 5 is positive 5, and S minus 2 is S plus 2. S plus 2. The next step is to get the determinant of this matrix, which is Si minus A. We get the determinant. This will be equal to, we represent the determinant using those three straight lines. 5 S plus 2. How do we get the determinant? Multiply the element in the leading diagonal, which is S times S plus 2, and subtract the product of the element in the minor diagonal, which is negative 1 times 5, which is negative 5. So it is negative, negative 5, which will give us positive 5. We can now open this bracket. So we have S I minus A. The determinant is equal to S squared plus 2S plus 5. Is it possible to factor out what's the product? Product is 5. What is 5 times 1? Sum is 2. Are there two numbers that you can add to give you 2, but when you multiply them, they will give you 5? I don't think there's any such two numbers. So here, because it's not possible to factor out, this one is an irreducible quadratic factor, but you can rearrange it. You can rearrange it to make it look a little bit more different. Let us say, remember what we said in Laplace transform. If you have not watched my videos on Laplace transforms, I highly suggest you watch them before watching this part. Watch them on the link shown here. We said in Laplace transform, you take half of the coefficient of S, so you say it is S plus half the coefficient of S, which is 1. You square that. But notice, if you have to expand this one, it will give you S squared plus 2S plus 1. So to make this one to be equal to this one, you must add a 4 here. To make S, the whole of this S squared plus 1, S plus 1 squared, after expansion to be equal to this, you must add a 4. or plus 4 here. that will have a 5. So we can remove this, we don't need it. Now we can say we need the inverse matrix to get the inverse Laplace transform. So the inverse matrix Si minus A, that inverse matrix is equal to 1 over the determinant, which is S plus 1 squared plus 4 multiplied by, you see, to get the determinant of our 2 by 2 matrix, you take our original matrix, which is this one. The element on the leading diagonal interchange their positions, so that you have S plus 2 here and S down here. And the element on the minor diagonal change their sign, so that you have positive 1 here and negative 5 here. Then you can close that bracket. The next step is to get the inverse Laplace transform. Remember we said the state transition matrix phi of t is equal to, I need more space, the state transition matrix phi of t is equal to inverse Laplace transform of the inverse matrix. State transition matrix phi of t is equal to inverse Laplace transform of this inverse matrix, which we have just determined here. So to get the same matrix, we write the same inverse matrix down, but this time round I'll open the bracket with this denominator, so that it will be S plus 2 over S plus 1 squared plus 4. Here you have S, 1 over S plus 1 squared plus 4. Here we have negative 5 over S plus 1 squared plus 4. And here we have S over S plus 1 squared plus 4. We can now go away. This is inverse Laplace transform. You need to open this bracket, close that. I'm getting ahead of myself. We are going to take each element at a time. Find the inverse Laplace transform. Inverse Laplace transform taking each element at a time, or each one will take it on its own time and in fact its inverse Laplace transform. We are going to take first element. Here the first element. We are going to say we want to get the inverse Laplace transform of S plus 2 over S plus 1 squared plus 4. But it's not all the time that you need to get partial fractions. Sometimes you may rearrange your problem so that you don't need to get partial fractions. It can be found directly from the tables. For example, this one, I'll say, you see S plus 2 over S plus 1 squared plus 4. This one I can say it is S plus 1. See, I want S plus 1 on the numerator. Suppose you have S plus 1. I also want S plus 1 on the numerator over S plus 1 squared plus 4. But I had a 1 here. I've missed a 1 because here is 1 and it should be 2. So the other one, I can say plus 1. But remember, the denominator is always shared. Because the denominator is shared, it is S plus 1 squared plus 4. So the inverse Laplace transform of this one now, S plus 2 over S That's 1 squared. That's 4. Becomes inverse Laplace transform of s plus 1 over s plus 1 squared plus 4 plus 1 over s plus 1 squared plus 4. Notice now we can handle each one of them separately, but we don't have to keep on writing too much. Remember, in an exam, try to avoid unnecessary writing. Notice the fact that we have s plus 1 and then we square, it means we have application of the first sheet theorem. Again, here it appears we have application of the first sheet theorem. But recall from our Laplace transform work, recall Laplace transform of cos AT is equal to s over s squared plus a squared. Laplace transform of sin AT is equal to a over a squared plus a squared. Actually, you have this on your table. They are provided in the first paper at the back, but it's not always the case. For example, notice this one. The table is not there. The table is not there. But when you check this one, let me check again another one. Here, is the table there? The table is not there. And add another one here, it had fallen down. So I have to pick it up. Is the table here? Again, the table is not here. So some of the papers, they do provide the table, but the other papers they don't. I don't know whether the table is there in S&P table. You see, I always do this offhand. Most of them, I always do them offhand. I have the table. So, but if they are not in the S&P table, it means at some point you have to remember quite a number of them offhand. But a lot of them they will give you in the paper at the back. But always don't assume that you'll get them. Notice, if you apply the first shift theorem in any one of these, for example, let us apply here. It is Laplace transform of exponential AT to differentiate between the two A's, or let me like cos AT. Let me call this one K. Let me not call it A. Let me call it K. This is the first shift theorem. We are multiplied by exponential KT. It is the same result as this one, but whenever you encounter an S, subtract a K, because here it is positive. That is S minus K, because you have encountered an S here, S minus K, but it was squared plus A squared. Now this is it here. If it is here negative K, negative KT, because here you have negative, here you'll be adding, you will not be subtracting. So you can notice this one takes this form. This one, I hope I remember them. Let me not remove this first. You see, if we say Laplace transform of exponential negative KT sin AT, that will be, we don't have K on the numerator, we don't have S on the numerator, you have A, so it will be A over, but you have S on the numerator. As you try to write the S, before you finish, remember, because of this exponential KT, you should add a K, and then you finish off by squaring plus A squared. So here you have application of the shift theorem. So basically, of course, this is just a revision. I'm trying to remind you. Actually, by now you should have known that after watching the Laplace transform videos. So we didn't have to do all this. It was just a revision. So let me just remove it, and then I go ahead with the question. That's why I've written it in a different color, because actually by now you should be able to get that one directly. So this here, if I write the result down, it will be, this one you have seen, it will be, here our k is 1, so it will be exponential negative t, because we have a positive, cos, this is the same as saying 2 squared, 4 is 2 squared, so it is cos 2t, plus, here because we have a constant, here, you see it's for sine, we have this a, and our a here, this is supposed to be 2 squared, 4 is 2 squared, you see this a squared, because we have a 4, it is 2 squared, so here you should have a 2, actually, but you have a 1. Why do you have a 1? It is because there is multiplication with a half. There is multiplication with a half to remove the 2 there. And then the whole of this one becomes sine exponential, because of this application of shift theorem here, exponential negative t sine, our a is 2, sine 2t. So we are done with the first one. So we go to the second element. Second element is over there, it is inverse Laplace transform of 1 over s plus 1 squared plus 4. Notice this one we have said, how can you write it? It is inverse Laplace transform of, here you have 1 over s plus 1 squared plus 2 squared. You can write it as that. This 4 is 2 squared. We have said, actually we should be like this. Because of the constant a, which is not here. Here it should be 2 actually. You see this a squared, which is a here. You see this 2 squared, actually here it should be 2. It should be 2. But why is it not there? It is because before there was a half. And then the whole of this one, application of shift theorem negative t. Goes here, you have 1. This plus. This guy here. It means we have a multiplication by negative t sine 2t, because our a is 2. Let us go to the third one, this one. I will not remove this for purpose of explanation. Laplace transform of negative 5 over sine over s plus 1 squared. This 4 is 2 squared plus 2 squared is equal to, we are saying because it's taking, there is no s up, it is a sign, there is only a constant. But actually, if you have 2 here, 2 squared, here we should have a 2, not a 5. So it's the same as saying negative 5. I will factor out the negative 5. Inverse Laplace transform of 1 over s plus 1 squared plus 2 squared. Again, if you have a squared here, we have a. If you have 2 squared here we should have 2. But we don't have it. Why? Because there was multiplication by a half before finding the Laplace transforms, which will now give us negative 5 and there was a multiplication by half, just like here. Exponential negative t. Here, application of shift theorem, but because it's taking the form of s squared plus a squared on the numerator, and on the denominator there is a, we have sine 2t. We have sine 2t. And then finally, fourth element. Did I say this is the third element? I didn't. Let me remove this one. I'll no longer need it. So that I can say this is the third element. Third element. Here let us have fourth element. It is this one. We have, so I'll remove, I only need this one. I didn't want to forget it. So it is Laplace transform of, our inverse Laplace transform of s over s plus 1 squared. This 4, I'll call it 2 squared. But there is plus 1 here. It means at the top there should also be a plus 1. If there is a plus 1 at the top bottom, you also need a plus 1 on the numerator. Let me put it. So that I have is Laplace transform of, inverse Laplace transform of s plus 1 over s plus 1 squared plus 1, or plus 2 squared, plus 2 squared. But what have I done? I've messed up. Because here there is no 1, but I've introduced it here. But I can take care of that by taking away. I introduce it, but then again I take it away. I take it away. But they should share the denominator. Is s plus 1 squared plus 2 squared. You see what I'm saying? On the numerator you have s. I can say s is s plus 1. But because I've added a 1, I take it away again. Over s plus 1 squared plus 2 squared. Actually, that's what I've done. Let me remove this one. I don't know whether this is visible on the camera. I hope it will be. Here, this is exactly like this one. Only that here you have a positive and here you have a negative. Therefore, the result will be 100% the same. It is s plus 1 over this, s plus 1 over this. Minus, plus this over this. Exactly the same. So the result here will be, it will be exponential negative t cos 2t. Instead of minus, plus is minus, half exponential negative t sine 2t. So you have all the 4 results that we needed. We should now bring them together. You see, the state transition matrix phi of t, you should express it as a matrix is equal to the first element. What is it? I've just removed it, but I think I can remember it. It is exponential negative t cosine of 2t plus exponential negative t sine of 2t. The second element, I think it was exponential negative t sine of 2t. The third one, this is the third one, negative 5 over 2 exponential negative t sine of 2t. The fourth one, this is the fourth one, exponential negative t cosine of 2t. Notice you can factor out the exponential if you want. Cosine of 2t minus a half exponential negative t sine 2t. It's a matrix, so you have to close that bracket. I think here you should have a half. You should have a half here. Even here there is a half. Because we had of our numerator was 1. Because the numerator was 1, you are multiplying with a half to remove that 2. So actually it should be like this. It should be like that. So now the last question is show that phi of 0 is equal to identity matrix. Is equal to identity matrix, or the 2 by 2 identity matrix. You're going to say phi 0. It means wherever you have t, substitute 0. Here if you put 0, cosine of 0 is 1. It is exponential. 0, cosine of 0. Sine of 0 is 0. See, sine of 0 is 0. Because it will be 2 times 0, 0. Sine 0, 0. Multiply by the whole of this, it will be 0. Don't bother about that one. Here, if you put 0, sine of 0, it will be 2 times 0, 0. Sine 0, all of it will be 0. Sine 0 is 0 times everything else will be 0. Again here, put 0, 2 times 0, 0. Sine 0 is 0. Times the rest is 0. So here you have 0, and here you have 0. Here, exponential 0 is 0. Cosine of 0, is cosine of 0 0? No. Sine of 0 here is 0. If you multiply up to here, it will be 0. So you can forget about that. It's very important for you to know what is 0 when you apply t is equal to 0 and what does not reduce to 0. Phi of 0 now will become cosine of 0 is 1, exponential 0 is 1. So it is 1 times 1, 1. Here you have 0, here you have 0. Cosine of 0 again is 1 times exponential 0, which is 1. 1 times 1, which is 1. So you have proved that the state transition matrix, when substituted with t is equal to 0, you will get identity matrix. And therefore, we have managed to get our 10 marks. Actually, in this portion, I'm doing very many examples for you because it will always be there in the exam. Continue watching more videos and remember to leave a comment before you finish this video.